Hey everybody, welcome back to A Better Computer. My name is Matt, and welcome back to another cozy video next to the fireplace. In today's video, the first video of the new year, I'm going to take you through my iPhone's home screen. I'm going to show you the 15 apps that I have on my home screen, because I think this is interesting to see how other people use their phones. I think the home screen is a place to put the things that you both use the most and the things you want to use, the things you want your phone to be good for. That's where the home screen is really useful. And so I'm just going to show you what I've got there. This video could go on very long. This is actually the second time I'm recording it because the first one went on for like 25 minutes, and that's too long. So I'm going to try to spend less than 30 seconds on each app, explaining why it's on my home screen, why I like it, and then we'll do other videos explaining them in more detail. But hopefully this will be an interesting look at what I'm using on my phone right now. Okay, so let's start with the dock. In the dock, I have Messages. It's not an exciting pick, but it's an essential pick. As an American, we all use iMessage and SMS. Every time I've tried to get my family and friends to use WhatsApp or Signal or anything else, it's always failed miserably, and so Messages is where everything goes. I would love to use something else, but it's what everybody uses, so it's what I use. Then we have the camera app. The camera app is just super reliable, has all of the great ProRes features, all of the RAW functionality is in there now. I love taking photos with the stock camera app, and I have it in my dock because I don't think Control Center is easy enough to get all the time. The lock screen shortcut is not always the quickest way to get to it. I want to be able to take photos quickly and easily, and having the app in my dock just makes sense. I've always had it there. Finally, we have something third party, something more interesting, and it's Overcast. Overcast is my podcast player of choice. It's constantly updated, it's super reliable, and I think the design is improving. I think the design was really utilitarian for a long time. It's still kind of utilitarian, but it's much better than it used to be. I like the theming options it has. The only other app I would call out here as a really good option that I can't choose for myself is Castro. I love the inbox and queue system that they have. It's just the app is not super reliable to me, and it hasn't been updated in close to a year, which is a little unfortunate. I like Overcast for being actively developed, and like I said, already in a better place stability-wise, and so that's why it lives in my dock. Then we have Ivory, and Ivory is a new app from Tapbots, the creators of Tweetbot, and it's basically Tweetbot for Mastodon, and I love this app. It's still in alpha, you have to get into the test flight, seats are limited, it's hard to get into, but if you're using Mastodon, I really suggest following the Ivory account. I'll put a link in the description so that you can get notified when they have new spots available on their test flight, and you can jump in as soon as possible because it really helped make Mastodon click for me. This is an outstanding app, and again, it's still technically in alpha. Moving out of the dock, we have a couple widgets on the home screen. There's actually 3. You can see 2, but there's a stack of 2 for the second one. But over here on the top left, I have Carrot Weather. Carrot Weather is the best weather app that I have ever used personally. It is a little expensive, but there's no ads. They do a good job with privacy, and the reliability of the app is fantastic. The customizability of the app is perfect. I find it more reliable, especially in terms of radar, than the stock weather app, which I also really like, just the radar isn't quite as good. And if I don't like the weather forecast I'm getting, it connects to a bunch of different weather services, so I can change it and find something that's more reliable for my area of the world. Then I've got a stack of 2 health-related apps. One is the Withings app. I have a Withings scale to the Body Plus scale that I use to weigh myself, and basically just automatically syncs those weights over to the app, which also syncs with Apple Health, so I get the Health app and I can see it anywhere else that I'd like. And I really like this. It's actually nice, a nice little widget. It just shows me my weight. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight, not a ton, but just a little bit in the new year, of course. But yeah, that's what I'm using there. And then I can also swipe up to see Zero, which is the app I use to fast. I don't fast a ton. I don't do like massive, like hardcore fast for like a week or anything. But I do like to reduce my like snacking throughout the day. And so Zero helps me do that with 16-hour fasts. I actually just use the free version of the app. You can upgrade to a pro plan, but I've never seen the point. I really just want to stop eating, start a timer, and then be notified when that timer is up and I can eat again. And Zero does that awesome and totally for free. I really don't have much to say about the next 2, the Photos app and Safari. I want to take photos all the time. I have a lot of images, screenshots, and stuff that are going in and out of my phone at all points of the day. I want to have that quick access to my photos. And on the Safari front, it's a browser. You need to be able to access the web quickly, and Safari, in my opinion, is the best browser on iOS. Then we have YouTube, which you might be using to watch this very video. I'm a big fan of YouTube. I'm a big proponent of YouTube. I really like YouTube Premium. I pay for YouTube Premium, and honestly, if you had to cut away all of my video streaming services and leave just one, YouTube would be the one that I'd leave, because there's so much variety here. There's so much interesting content. There's so many ways to learn. There's so many ways to laugh. Like, there's so much stuff on YouTube, and I just really value it. So having it on my home screen for easy access is a no-brainer. Then there's Letterboxd. Letterboxd is a social media app for movie lovers. So really, you don't like post statuses or anything, you post movies you watch. So you can post that you watched a movie, you can give it a star rating, you can leave it a review if you'd like, you can comment on other people's reviews. But I love this app. I love watching movies, and in 2022, I set myself a goal of watching 100 movies during the course of the year. I did hit that goal, I did 106, and I tracked all of them in Letterboxd, and it's awesome for that. It's really great to just open the app, leave a review for something, but also see what your friends are watching or see what's popular on the service and find something new to watch. So I really love it when I see a movie pop up in my friend's feed that they gave 5 stars, but I've never heard of the app. I love being able to just jump in and see that movie, see what streaming services is available on. There's notifications for when movies on your watch list come up on like streaming services that you're subscribed to. You can customize all this. It's an awesome app. I've probably got over 30 seconds on this one, so I'll move on, but Letterboxd is fantastic. Then there's Reader, which is my RSS app of choice, and it is just awesome. If you read RSS, if you follow RSS feeds, then it is the app to use for this, in my opinion. On the iPhone, the iPad, and the Mac, it's the best out there. Super fast, super reliable, updated at just the right cadence. It's not getting new features all the time, but it's always updated for the latest versions of iOS. It always just has all the features that I want and is super fast and, like I said, reliable, which for what I do, which is just consuming a lot of RSS feeds, is super valuable, super important to me. I know Unread is another one that a lot of people like, but Reader has always connected with me. This next one might be a little surprising for people who have watched the channel for a long time. I've often talked about how Things 3 is my favorite task manager, but I'm trying out Todoist right now, and I'm trying it for about a month or two to really get into it, get deep into it, and really understand the service, because I think there's a lot of things about Things 3 that I wish it did better. I wish it was more connected to the web. I wish there was an API I could use to help with my automation instead of just the local automation that it has. I'm not totally happy with Things 3, and I'm not totally happy with Todoist either. So I'm trying to kind of get an idea for what I want that's good in Todoist to bring over to Things, maybe in a Things 4 coming this year. You never know. But yeah, I'm using Todoist right now. The next one is also a bit of a change for me. So I've been using Matter as my read later service for the past year and a half, I think, and it's been free, it's been awesome, and I've really loved it. And I've spoken about it numerous times on this channel, and I've really kind of driven people towards it, and I'm totally happy with it. I think it's a great service, but the Readwise Reader, which is currently in beta, although I think anyone can sign up for it if they want, if they have a Readwise account, is awesome. It's really connected with me. I made a video about this recently where I talk about it more in detail. I should make another one to explain like my decision-making process here, but this is the one that I've gone with for 2023. I've paid for a year up front of Readwise, and I'm really excited about what it's letting me do with my reading. I love how it works, and yeah, I've got over 30 seconds on this one, so on to the last. And we're going to wrap it up with Knotwords. Knotwords is the only game on my home screen, but it really is an incredible word, like letter-based game, kind of in the vein of Wordle, where it's a daily game where you can play every single day. They also have an archive of different kind of games you can play. It's kind of a mix between Wordle and crosswords, but not totally. It's a really interesting game. I'll have some video playing here of it kind of in action, but it's a super, kind of like Sudoku as well. Anyway, it's a super awesome game that it just scratches an itch for me that I really enjoy. And instead of Marble Snap, which is my go-to game on the iPhone these days, it makes me feel, it just like slows me down a little bit. There's no in-app purchases or anything. It's just a really nice game, and I feel good whenever I play it. So Knotwords is currently on my home screen. And that's it. I'm probably going to make lots of videos about these apps over the course of the next year, because I have a lot to say about them that I couldn't fit into this very fast-paced home screen overview. But thank you so much for watching. If you want to subscribe, I try to put out videos. I'm not necessarily like this, but I do more deep dives into apps. This is more of a broad thing. But yeah, subscribe if you'd like. Hit the like button if this was interesting to you, and I'll see you here next time. Bye-bye.